Take an opportunity to introduce you to a mortgage agent that I use, Mike Marini with the Mortgage Group. And we want to talk today a little bit about what's been going on in the mortgage market, some of the new initiatives that the federal government came out last week, two initiatives. One was to increase the maximum purchase price for first-time buyers. Would that be, or any buyer?
Yeah,
Uh,
anybody.
any buyer up to $1.5 million from $1 million. That would be on insured mortgages, correct? Okay,
Correct.
and what we mean by insured mortgages, those are mortgages where you can put down less than 20%. And then the
Correct.
second bit of news that came from the federal government was to introduce a 30-year amortization. And Mike, I'd like you to talk about each of those initiatives a little bit, helping my clients to understand a little bit more about maybe the impact on the market, what you sort of see.
So if I give you a 30-year amortization instead of a 25, I'm making your payments smaller, which increases your affordability. So by doing that, they're increasing the affordability on paper for buyers in general, but really in Toronto, it's the condo market that they'll have the greatest effect on and allowing first-time home buyers to buy. That $1.5 million price point is also really good for small families who are trying to get out of the condo market. Maybe they need a 3 bedroom and not a two. So raising the ceiling to 1.5 million should have probably happened years ago, because we surpassed that $1 million mark many years ago. Buyers can buy insured with less than 20% down up to 1.5 million, which has always been a struggle for people to get to 20% and to get into the housing market. So both are really good. Plus prices have dropped. So they're kind of both meeting each other at the right time, I think. Canada. So the purpose of the Bank Canada rate cuts are to change the overnight rate to combat inflation, and inflation's coming down slowly. But the goal of the Bank Canada is to keep it within around 2% inflation. We're talking about when they hit that mark. That's the real question mark. Is going to be: are they going to continue to rate cut when they've achieved that target? And they're close to it right now. So we'll probably see another few rate cuts going into the next year as well. But that only affects variable rate mortgages, because the overnight rate is directly related to the prime lending rate. Fixed rates aren't affected by that more than by the news. So the news of the announcement could affect fixed rates. Fixed rates are based on the bond market and bond yields, which are very much tied to the stock market. So if the stock market's up, bonds are down, and our fixed rates fall. At the moment, fixed rates are coming down strongly. So we're seeing rates. I started to see people start to touch on that high 3% range where we've been in beginning of end of 2023. We were probably around 6%. Now we're in the fours, dropping down to the threes.
This is
So
on fixed rate mortgages.
fixed rate mortgages, which have nothing to do with the Bank of Canada, but that's really the focus more so than these Bank of Canada rate cuts, because variable rates are still in the 5% range. Like, they're not something that people are going to go for at this time. They're going to look at fixed rates likely that are going to be approaching 3%.